Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching my channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. Guys, real quick, I just wanted to share this with you. Oh, no, not this. All right, guys, what you're looking at is a 1937 to 1939 Hornby station. And let's get started on it. Okay, guys, so here it is. And I've taken it apart. I've got the platform over here, and I'll show it to you in a minute. I started repainting it. I've got it taped up. I've got to finish painting it. This was, as you could see from the picture earlier, if you got a good look at it, this was all scarred up pretty bad. It was missing paint in places. Some of the people were damaged, more so on the other side than this side. This side just had a few places that were scratched. This was badly scratched up in here. And the black edging around the bottom, the base, was all gone. This green stripe through here was completely gone. The roof had places in it where I touched it up. I see one scratch right there I missed. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but there is one there that I missed. This end was, the door was damaged, and there was no paint around in this area at all. The window was slightly damaged. These two posters that they had on here were original ones. You couldn't even see them anymore. They were badly faded. And so I made these. They're not identical to the original ones, but they'll serve the purpose for me. This is Hornby speedboats. This one says Meccano. I can barely read it now, but it's Meccano race cars or motor cars. This roof, as I said, was bad, really bad in places. This was the worst place on it. It was a big round circle up here. So I didn't have my fine tip black paint pen, so I had to use one with a little wider tip, so that's why the squares are a little larger. Again, green stripe that ran from one end to the other. And this was damaged up in here. Paint was missing, and I filled that in and tried to recreate the look of books or something sitting on the shelf there. This sign was badly worn. and so was this one. Yeah, so this lower poster down here was the same. And so I tried to recreate the look of it also. These colors, of course, are, 1937. We still make similar colors today, but it's just hard to match them off the spur of the moment. So, guys, if it's a little off, it is what it is. But I did the best I could do with it, with what I had to work with. This was badly damaged up in here. This little boy here, or a little girl, whatever it is, in this rain jacket was damaged badly. I had to fill that in with paint, and then, of course, try to match it up with the other side. But this half of the the little person was gone. Her fur coat or whatever that is she has on was missing the bottom half, and then all of this section down in here, the paint was gone, missing. His pants leg was scratched up real bad, and the cart that he's pushing with the bag on it, the lower half of it was gone. This area up in here was damaged a little bit, scratched up pretty bad. And these two doors, the lower half of them was, the paint were missing off of them. So I had to redraw the lines and try to match up the paint. Get it where we can kind of see it here. This end, all of the paint, except for this half here, all the paint on this side was gone. There was just barely an outline for the windows, which I redid. And the poster that was here originally said Horny Trains, and it was one big poster. And then so I made one big poster using two small ones. And it says Horny Trains, Horny Speedboats. And as you can see, well, maybe you can't, but this is a Horny building. This is a number 3 station. Get the platform. Okay, as you look at the platform, this platform, all the original paint that was on it was just about gone. And it was a similar yellow to this yellow that I put on, which is, this is actually a kind of a harvest gold. Around the sides I have taped, but the sides are a lighter yellow. And there's going to be a white stripe that goes around here, all the way around the top side of the outside of the platform. So I'm getting ready to do that here in a minute. And then I'm going to touch up the yellow because it's missing um, squares in places. And I'll show that to you. Here in a little bit. All right. All right, I'm back. Well, I've got the sides painted, the edging, or trim, if you want to call it that. Now I'm going to take the tape off, and I'm going to paint the, repaint the squares. And as I was afraid would happen, what little bit of paint was on this end and some of what was on this end is gone. And that's because that paint is very old. And if you leave masking tape on anything for 24 hours or longer that has old paint on it, is subject to peel that old paint off when you take the tape off. I don't know whether anybody else has ever had that experience, but that's been my experience over the years with certain items at certain times. Now this white's not dry yet, but just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. And you can see there's a brown stripe that's already there. This brown stripe was good. All the way around, but it's not anymore, is it? Okay. So, I've got a paint pen, and I'm going to do these by hand. That way I've got control over. Could just spray the whole thing, but I don't have the right color yellow paint for that. I could do it as the top, but there were two different shades of yellow. One similar to this. I've seen them also in cream. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here on this end. Now, of course, this is a different color yellow than the original yellow. It probably looked like this yellow, or similar to it at one time. But, of course, that is no longer the case. What I'm going to do first, or what I'm doing, the camera resituated here. And it doesn't want to, of course. We'll put it down here like that. What I'm doing to start out, I'm just kind of like filling in the places where the paint was missing. Once I get that all filled in, then I'll go back and start doing each square. Yeah, to be honest, I was so excited when that came. Saturday, I did a little bit of work on it Saturday and planned out how I was going to do it and tried to find what I had around here at the house to do it with before I went to bed. And I worked on it a little bit Sunday evening for a couple of hours. Got it cleaned up. And took what rust off that was in existence. Okay, that's that side. The thing about this is the hard part. Doing this by hand. Because you do one side and you can't standing up on its side, paint the other side. So you got to now this side is not near as bad, not near as much paint missing as the other side. There we go. I got a little bit of paint on my brown stripe there. Just kind of concerned about that. Okay. Now these ends did not have the brown stripe on them. Why they didn't do that uniformly all the way around, I have no idea. But they did not have the brown stripe, and I could probably go back and put a brown stripe in after everything dries. But I don't think I will. Just kind of give me something, kind of give me a break. Of course, I've had a break for the last 2 weeks, basically, from the layout. But this gives me another kind of break. Still working. On the layout, or the things could be used on the layout, or just I might just keep it on the shelf. But at any rate, it's just really nice old item to have. And I love lithography. And I love the challenge of saving it. I have a general process that I use on the trains that's layered, and it takes a lot of time. And I could have done the same thing with this building, but I thought I'd just, because it was so sporadic and in places, I thought it'd just be better to try to touch it up, match as much of it as I could. I think it's going to work out okay. Now, this will by no means, by no way, be one of the best paint jobs I've ever done. But I can kind of take my time with this. All right, guys. As I said, I took my time with it and got it done last night. Put it together. Now I got it sitting on the platform, and it is connected. I got all my tabs put through and bent. You can see that. Says Horny series. They're still hard to read, but there's the only original billboard that was on the building, lithographed, painted billboard. Again, here you can kind of see I redid this window and redid this partially. These were okay. These were okay. This door I had to touch up. There's one place I didn't get the green quite mixed right, but it's okay. This is the back side. Had to do this border trim around here. It's black. It was completely gone. Had to touch these up. This one. Repair right there, right in there. Right there. The shadow. Right here. He had a little paint missing on his jacket, and I fixed that. And his hand or whatever it was he was holding had paint missing in there, and I repaired that. This side was not near as bad as the front. And this was the worst end. So I had to redo these windows, paint this bottom half, and partially paint this top half. And of course the stripe. On the front here, all these doors, this door, the bottom half of it was gone. This door, the bottom half of it was gone. It was missing spots in there. Again, the stripe, the border around the bottom. Then there was damage up in here. In all three of these, 1, 2, 3. And this was damaged. The little boy, as I said. And I'm still need a little bit oranger, more orange right in there. This was half missing, and I redrew it and painted it. The floor, all of this was gone. The paint. Her feet were gone. Her fur coat or whatever it is, as I said, was the bottom half of it was missing, so I redid that. This guy here had some paint missing in his jacket. Fixed that, and I've still got to get this a little more orange. And these two came out good. The books area up in here was gone, and that came out good. This had to redo this little billboard here also, or whatever it was hanging there. This window was missing some paint. The bars was down. This door was damaged up to here. We got hit. It was damaged. Paint missing and stain here. So we had basically did this whole over to here, bottom half of this building, and just touched it up in here. And of course I redid the roof, but this was the spot. And as I said, I didn't have my fine tip marker or paint pen, so I couldn't make the small lines like these. But all in all, it came out good. This was actually a sunken hole where I don't know if something sat on it or punched into it. I don't know what happened, but this was actually round and sunken in. And I took the roof off and got it back out. It really looked like as if it had been in loose uncovered with a box of track, is what my best guess estimate would have been. Stored for probably years that way. Moved around, joggled around, and the track rubbed up against it and did all the damage to it. Except for the paint being washed away on the base and faded, and the damage that was done here around the bottom and up the sides. The platform was in pretty good shape. Of course, when we took the tape off the ends, what paint was on the ends pretty much came off. So we had to redo the ends, which was okay. But overall, I'm pleased with it. So, as always, that does it for me. And remember, God is love, and Jesus Christ loves you. Bye for now. Happy rails. Until next time. This is GMan. This has been a Catzilla production. Bye.